We're in the killing Nazis business. And cousin, business is a-booming. So said Brad Pitt, in the person of Lieutenant Aldo Raine, in Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds. 5 years later, and nearly 70 years after World War II, Mr. Pitt returns to combat in Fury, playing the leader of an American tank crew fighting its way across Germany in the spring of 1945. His character, Sergeant Don Collier, nicknamed Wardity, is a warier, less garrulous foe than Raine, and the film's director, David Ayer, has a more linear and literal sensibility than Mr. Tarantino, but the business of Nazi killing remains brisk. And why shouldn't it be? The world is a complicated place, and war, as a subject for novels and movies, often presents a tangle of moral ambiguity and a fog of confusion. But while the Allied fight against Germany may sometimes raise thorny questions about ends and means, it also retains an ethical clarity, a righteousness, that at least partly accounts for its durable appeal among commercial filmmakers and their audiences. Nazis are just about the only real-world figures who consistently merit the fates reserved, in other genres, for zombies, aliens and orcs. The first time we see Mr. Pitt in Fury, he leaps from his tank, tackles a German officer and stabs him through the eye. Then he calms the dead man's beautiful white horse and sets it free across the battlefield. Later, he will order the summary execution of an SS officer who has just surrendered, after confirming that the man was responsible for the deaths of children. But within this coarse-patterned, superficially nihilistic carapace is an old-fashioned platoon picture, a sensitive and superbly acted tale of male bonding under duress. Wardity, an archetypal squad leader, tough and quiet, with sad eyes that testify to the terrible things he's seen, is in charge of 4 other men, and the long hours they spend together, in constant danger and the limited space of the tank, result in an atmosphere of rough and unpretentious intimacy. Fury, which takes its title from the name painted on the barrel of the tank's big gun, is less an epic than a series of tense and focused episodes. It's about the grind of tactics rather than the sweep of strategy, the struggle for local objectives rather than ultimate goals. The battle scenes are staged with blunt, ground-level virtuosity, and with a welcome regard for spatial and visual coherence. When the tank needs to cross an expanse of muddy ground, you feel every jolt and swerve. And there is a lot of muddy ground to cover. There is also a brief respite, during which Mr. Ayer pauses to consider the humanity of the soldiers and the extent to which it has been tested and damaged by war. Wardity and Norman discover 2 German women, Anna Maria Marinka and Alicia von Rittberg, hiding in an apartment in a newly captured town, and the encounter is both delicate and terrifying, a dysfunctional family dinner in the midst of a nightmare. It gestures toward a conflict that is bigger and deeper than the war itself, the struggle, among and within individuals, between savagery and civilization, decency and raw need. And then it's time to move on and get back to the business at hand. Fury is rated R, under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.